Hey, this is Tom Mitchell, the Highland Traveler, and I just bought a semi-new lens. This is a lens I picked up from Perfect Light Camera in Idaho Falls, Idaho. If you've ever been into West Yellowstone to go to Yellowstone National Park and poked around that town very much, you've probably stumbled across Yellowstone Camera, which is owned by Christopher Ballmer. He also owns Perfect Light here in Idaho Falls. I'm up here for work for the next couple days, and I bought this lens last week, I think it was. I saw him post on Facebook that they had these lenses in stock that they had and were selling them for a really good price. So I quickly bought one. So this is going to be the unboxing of this lens. So what it is a Tamron 150 to 600. They're his rental lenses, and he retires them by sending them back to Tamron to be refurbished, and then he sells them at a serious discount. This comes with a 1-year factory warranty. It's virtually a new lens, and I got it for $700. It's like a $1,300 lens. So let's have some fun and open this up. This is the hood that comes with it. Apparently it wouldn't fit in the box. I literally have not taken this out of the box yet. So as you can see, it's the Tamron SP 150 to 600, f5 to 6.3. So it's not a killer lens. It's not one with an extreme, f-stop 2.8 or something. It's a middle of the line wildlife lens, but I wanted it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pick it up, and I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything because I come up here for work all the time. So let's open this and see. Yeah, see, it's got a Tamron 1-year warranty paper in it. You gotta love that. And the serial number information. The instruction book. Looks virtually new. Packing material. And this is packed really well in here. All right, set the box down. So look at this. This is virtually a brand new lens. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. That is just gorgeous. I think I'm in love. So it's got various modes, VC. I'm not sure what a lot of this does. You can turn VC on, and you got mode VC 1, 2, or 3. You got AF or manual focus. So focusing, you've got straight out to infinity, 10 meters to infinity, or 2.2 meters to 10 meters. So that's cool. Yeah, that's the lens lock right there. So you can lock it in place so that if you're carrying it, it doesn't want to extend on you. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Look at that nice long mount. That's really cool. I'm digging this. Let's open up the hood and see what it has to say. That's nice. I wonder if you can put it on backwards. Yep, you can put it on backwards and carry it like that, it looks like. Put it on this way. That's nice. So that's pretty long with the hood on it. That's not bad at all. So let's see what it looks like on a camera. Here's my D850. Might point out, whenever you're changing lenses, it's best to keep your camera, the lens mount pointing down. That will prevent dust from getting inside and getting on your CCD. Oh man, this is not something I plan to be handhold shooting a lot. That's pretty heavy. I'm not sure what the lens weighs. I'll put it on here. But that's got some beef to it. That's not near as heavy as my 300 though. Let's see if it focuses out the window. It does. It's having a little bit of a harder time focusing outside. I'm sitting in a hotel room if you didn't notice. Man, that focused pretty quick though, right on the windowsill. I've got it set on just to 10 meters. That's why it wouldn't focus out the window. Let me stick it out to infinity. Oh yeah, dead on. Wow, I can see the texture to the roof out there. That's it fully extended to 600. That's difficult to hold up. My arms are getting tired, so I'll definitely be trying to use this with the tripod. So stay tuned for the new adventures of my new lens. It's the Tamron SP, the 150 to 600 millimeter, f5 to 6.3, and it's the G2 lens. So it's a good lens. So I'm going to put it through the trials here for the next couple weeks, and then I'll do a more in-depth review on it and tell you what I really think, and show you some close-up photographs, like zoomed up to 100%, the image quality in that of this lens. So it's about 3 weeks later. You can tell by the facial hair. It's no shave November, so I'm growing a little bit of a beard. I've had about 3 weeks to play with this lens, and I actually like it. It's not the best lens I've ever owned. It's not extremely sharp edge to edge at certain f-stops. When it stopped down more to 18 to 20, 22, it gets a lot sharper on the edges. But when you start to open it up, it's got some fall off on the bottom right hand corner. It's actually a pretty decent lens for what it is. I didn't get a chance to shoot any wildlife with it. You know, you go out looking, you never find any, just the way it is. I was able to get some landscape stuff with it, some interesting fall colors. One specific shot I got with it I really like. I only zoomed into like 300 with it, but it still turned out really nice. So let me show you what I got. So one of the photographs that I got that I really like with this lens, I was out driving around Park City, Utah, just after a snowstorm. There were still some fall colors in some of the trees, and I stumbled across this scene. It was in somebody's front yard, actually. And as I drove by, I was like, I got to turn around and get that. So I started out with my 70 to 200 and just wasn't bringing it in close enough. And I was thinking, oh, I'll just crop in. And then I thought, wait, I've got this 100 to 600 lens in my car. So I pulled it out and put it on here. And this is what I got right here. This is unedited, showing just the straight raw unedited. You can see up here in the right hand corner, I shot this at ISO 100 at 420 millimeters at f16 and 1/80th of a second. Little slow there. I wasn't, is that 1/80th? Yeah, sorry. 1/80th of a second. My camera's in the way, what can I say? I wasn't too worried about the slower shutter speed. The wind wasn't blowing at all. This didn't turn out bad. Let me zoom in here and show you. It's not as sharp as I would have liked. I should have zoomed in, put it on live preview and zoomed in and really checked my focus. But this isn't bad for what it is. Come up here to this corner. You can see at f16, I've got pretty shallow depth of field. You're going to get that when you have a long lens. You're going to end up with shallow depth of field even at smaller f-stops like 16 and 18. 22 probably wouldn't have even brought that in really sharp. But you can see, I mean, this right here, that's not bad. You can see the veins on these aspen leaves. It's not dead sharp, but it's not bad. I looked at it and I was like, you know, this is something I can work with. There's a little bit of fall off. It's actually not that bad, but up here on the top, some of this could be leaf movement. There was a little bit of breeze, but overall, I'm quite happy with it. So this is the unedited, and here's some basic editing that I did. So, you know, brought up the exposure, brought up the highlights and whatnot. Yeah, so I tweaked it even some more. I took it into Photoshop and tweaked it up, and then ran it through my denoise program. I use Topaz Denoise AI. I actually really love this program. I hear bad things about people complaining. You know, if they don't understand how it works, they're not going to get good results. you have to play with it. You have to adjust the settings. So I'm going to do another video on topaz, AI noise reduction and sharpening here later. So this is at about 100% open up in Windows Photo Viewer. Here is the original. Here's the original and edited. Here's here's my Lightroom editings. Bring it up here to 100%. Let's look at that leaf right there. So, and here it is right there. So this is after running my sharpening and noise reduction. Even though I shot it at ISO 100, I still run it through that. It helps clean up a little bit and sharpen a little bit more. You can see the difference. This is edited in Lightroom without any sharpening or anything, and then this is after Photoshop, tweaking it some more in Photoshop, and then running it through. You can see the difference. Quite a bit of difference. Notice it specifically on the veins in this orange leaf right there. Notice the texture in the tree through here. So that's not bad. I really like this image, and this was shot at, as I was saying, this was shot at 420 millimeters from across the field. So just, it's one of those I just really enjoy. And how sharp it is edge to edge isn't bad for this. I could have got it a little bit sharper. I think some of it was just focus. As I said, I did not focus with live preview and really just zero in the focus, but this isn't bad. I like this. I mean, I could easily blow this up to a 40 by 60 inch print. This is bigger than that. This is at about 60 by 90 inches, and which is huge. So I don't know if I would take it that big. Probably offer this the biggest, maybe 48 by 72. That, you know, that's just the classic fall photograph after a snowstorm. These great colors. What intrigued me about this was those bright colors. The sun was actually behind it and to the left. It wasn't straight behind it, but it was in the western sky. I'm looking due west right here, and it's behind me in the southwest sky, and shining in, so it's slightly backlighting the trees and that dark background of those evergreen trees behind it. And then their house was just behind those evergreen trees. But that's what intrigued me, was that lighting and those colors against that dark background. So I really like that one. That was a good one for this lens. It was a good trial for it, and I think it turned out good. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this lens. I think it is pretty decent for what it is. Like I said at the beginning, it's not an ultra expensive lens, and it's one that's been taken out and used as a rental. I really think it'll work good, especially for some wildlife stuff. That's why I got it, so that I could have a longer lens. But I like using long lenses sometimes for landscape stuff, and if you know the limitations and work with them, you can get some pretty good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video on my new, used, old, whatever, Tamron lens. I hope it was educational and you learned something. Thanks for watching, and happy trails.